I've got another thing here. This is a really good video. This is the best video, one of the best videos, because I'm going through another code ship, and you see, I got the letters in alphabetical order from A to Z. A to Z is in A is 1 and Z is 26. And then I got another code goes E to D. E being 2 and D being 26. It's a weird thing. How I came up with this code is one day I saw a really short registration plate with it said G4 and then space and then 3 other characters, and then like 20 seconds later I saw a parked car, like the G4 went past me, 3 other characters, and then 20 seconds later I saw a car that was parked and it said H4 and it had space and 3 characters. So it was like the standard like registration plate in the country goes like on the island goes United Kingdom, it goes like 4 characters and then 3 characters, but these 2 cars went 2 characters and then 3 characters. And then on the same walk, in the same like half an hour, I saw a number plate that said K8 right next to each other, and then a space, and then maybe 3 characters or something like that. But it was like, I saw like G4, GH, and then K8, and it's really rare to see just 2 numbers together in a space. It's 2 letters and numbers together and then a space. You don't see that very often, so I just thought that was amazing what I saw on that walk. So I figured out a code where I could say G equals 4 and H equals 4 and K equals 8. And this is how it turned out. That's the only way I could find the code in this order. And I started it with E and F because... well, that's the only way that it could make sense in this order that it's in. And in this thing, what is interesting to me is like W stands for 20 and X stands for 20, and then in the ABC 1 2 3 code, like the normal code, W is 23 and X is 24. And I kept thinking, what's X? What's all the X's on the, like XXX I saw on one registration plate, and then X666 and X999. And then if I use the G4H4 code, W and X are both 20. And then in the other thing, W is 23 and X is 24. So the double meaning for W is 2023 and the double meaning for X is 2024. So that's one thing I got out of it. And I can't remember, that was about it. But oh yeah, because on that same walk I saw another kind of rare looking registration plate that said X24 just 3 characters, then a space, where nearly all cars just have 4 characters, then a space, then 3 more characters. Nearly all of them, but I was seeing loads of weird... I was like seeing loads of odd ones that were like 3 characters and 2 characters in then space. Whatever, that's... I said as much as I could on that, I think. Just other things, there's nothing else interesting from that, but I want to go back up to the code where I discovered some things, other things. So what I discovered, again, something new. Well, not new, but, well, yeah, maybe. Like, I've written it down, but I'll just say, like, on the postcode lists, 2020 stood for 0. It was like the lowest point for the whole world. So it was like, for me, extremely, and then for the whole world as well. It was like, for the human race, apart from the rich people who thought it was funny, and the people who ordered the London light show for the New Year's Eve 2020, like 2020 to 2021, the eve of 2021, how they did laser shows instead of fireworks, when people much more appreciate fireworks. They were doing laser light shows that were like images of things that look like germs or monsters, or just, oh yeah, and jellyfish. They were doing light shows for jellyfish, and then just like really weird looking stuff, really weird light show that no one can enjoy. It's just disgusting. It's like taking the piss out of all the working class people and the people who aren't billionaires or even millionaires. They just come for a good time, and they're confronted with all this nonsense. Well, I mean, they're confronted with the people who are taking the piss out of them. And like, Event 201 was this thing they named, like the Bill Gates Foundation or someone like that. They named this event 201, and it happened in October 2019. And it was billed to be the event of the decade when they brought out the new COVID-19 virus. And they orchestrated a big meeting about it and said they were going to go ahead with it. And before they released the actual virus into the wild, they had this meeting called Event 201, and it basically means, the 201 bit means basically that it's the event of the 2010s. It's the event of the decade. That's why they named it Event 201. And no one else told me this. I just know this because I'm not stupid. And so they they released this virus into the wild, and what am I even saying now? I've gone off the point, haven't I? Yeah, they released COVID-19 in 2019. And I was thinking, why'd they call it COVID? I thought maybe it's like company video, like the company video about Event 201. If you just go to the company's website, which was the World Economic Forum on YouTube, they're basically telling you that this virus is coming, and then no one really hears much about it until like 5 months later, and it's all over the news. But they were calling this Event 201, but what I know about this is in November 2019, on the 12th of the 11th, and you remember there's 1211 days between the solar eclipse that happened August the 17th, 2021, and then 1211 days later is April, no it's not, yes, April the 8th, 2024. So, is it? That's not right, is it? Yeah, it must be. Well, anyway, every 1,211 days after April the 8th, 2024, it keeps going total eclipse, total solar eclipse, I mean. And, I lost track. Yeah, anyway, on the 12th of November 2019, I made it like heaven on earth, and because I called for Judgment Day on the 11th of the 11th, and because on the 12th of November it was going to be like heaven on earth, that to me, that was Event 201. Like, that was bigger than just someone's letting a virus and doing trickery on people, like playing tricks on the poor and the needy, playing tricks on the poor and needy, and just laughing, just taking a piss out of people on New Year's Eve, and makes them feel so they just love it. It makes them laugh at the poor helpless people who just want a good time in life and don't want to be a bunch of oligarchs. But the point of all that was, like, I was just saying it was Event 201, but I think what I did was Event 201, so I claim that back. They called it Event 201 in October, but in November I did something that was like the new to Event 201. So that's how I named it. And also in this countdown list, the countdown starts in 2002, and on 2002 I was in this Helsden Hospital where I am now. There's all the lights. And I was over there, basically, where all those lights are, in 2002 on Year Ward. And the countdown starts on the letter Y for Year Ward 2002. And I was in Year Ward in 2002, and that's the only year I've ever been in Year Ward. I was only on that ward once, and that was 2002, from June till October the 24th, 2002. What else can I say about that? I think it was June the 13th or something I got admitted. I'd been, I think I was, no, I can't remember. But it was definitely June until October, 4 months in mental hospital. So, but what I can say about this more is, I've got to say more about this, because, Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, it was a countdown to 0 from 2003, representing number 3, because the postcode was PE321PH, so it's 321. And then there was 2 other addresses, so it went down to 1, and then the last address was 0, and it was like 0. It was like the hardest year ever in 2020, and then it started counting up again, because you can't, there's nothing lower than 0, and so it goes 1, 2, then J 2020, or 2022 is Indigo 2, then J 2023 is Blue, and Juliet 3 is blue is the 3rd colour of the blue's the 3rd colour in the alphabet. In the alphabet of the colours of the rainbow. So, on this other thing, the countdown, E represents 5. 2022 represents 5 in the countdown. And doesn't mean much to me, but what meant something to me was why I started on this, is why I started talking about 3, 2, 1 and all that, is 2023, in the count up, it's 3. In the countdown, well, both the countdown and count up add up to 7, so it's like another sign of completion, like D to J, D count down to J count up adds up to 4 plus 3, which is 7. And from 2017 to 2023, there's 7 different years. And the last year is 2023 in this thing that we were talking about, QWERTY. The QWERTY keyboard from from G to F to H to E to I to D to J. It's all that, and it's 7 different years, and the 7th year adds up to 4 on the countdown and 3 on the count, like Juliet up. And what else? So I don't know. What's my name? Yeah, my name. I paid to change it. It used to be without 3 characters less, but because I added 3 souls, it's 3 characters more. I gotta change that, because I want it to be known as that. Like the devil, George France, the devil and God and all that mixed together. But now I think the devil hasn't really got a good name, and I just want it to start how it finished, and that it's just God, because it starts with G, and that's how it was born. That's what I was born with, G to D to O, G to E to O to D to... I mean, I used to want to be called the devil, but then I thought, as the devil, I was just trying to make a bad name for myself, because, like, the new God, the 7th God, devil being the 6th God, it's like being in charge for so long, started making a bad... Well, it's just the character, isn't it? It's like one to show you bad, then the new one to show you good, like the 7th spirit. rather than six spirit, and six, the mark of the beast is sex. And when I was growing up, I always used to think like the number 6 and the word sex. Even if I heard the word sex, it turned me on. I was just such a sexual person when I was 7 years old. Or 6 years old as well, and 5 years old. Started getting well into fantasies, sexual fantasies when I was 6, and I didn't know what sexual intercourse was. I mean, I didn't think anything about sexual intercourse, and no one ever told me what it was, and I didn't understand what it was until I was 10. But when I was 6 years old, I was just having loads of sexual fantasies about, like, touching people and stuff. Adults. Wanted to have sex with adults. Girls, women, I mean. Didn't matter to me what age, as long as they're older or the same age. Yeah, but I was too shy to actually do anything. So nothing happened. But later I thought, because I was such a sexual person, that must mean that I've got some kind of powerful potential. And now I realise sex is the mark of the beast. That's how you get it all the way. Because in the Greek numerals, it's like reading right to left. It's like sex, upside down and left to right. It spells out sex in Greek numerals when you put 666 and all that. Like, I saw this car that I was looking for, this car that had J888 in it, and I didn't find it straight away. But what I saw before I found the J888 car that I was looking for, I saw a number plate that said XXX on it. 3 X's in a row, that's how it ended. And then about 5 minutes later, less than 5 minutes later, I saw a car that said X666. And the X666 was the start of the registration plate. And when I saw that, well, it didn't occur to me straight away. And another thing about that X666 number plate and registration plate is it had a cartoon picture of a naked, half-naked woman, topless woman with some kind of shorts on or something. So it was basically showing me that XXX and X666 with a girl with a cartoon character, the half-naked woman. It was like, that was just showing me basically what it is. The mark of the beast is 666 and XXX. It starts with an S, it ends with an X. What is it? 6X? It's all the same shit. Like, I could go on for fucking hours, but I'm trying to make a point that I don't want to ever be hard again. I don't want an erect. I don't want to be. All sexual feelings are just the mark of the beast. Like, I don't want sex ever. I don't want to feel horny again. Horniness is the mark of the beast. Okay, so well, I like to talk differently. But yeah, that Event 201 stuff, I don't know, what should I say about it? It really seemed just laughable that they were going so far with it, and I don't know, it's just 1984. Yeah, I was born in 1984, and I've been watching everything. I haven't been watching everything, but it's like I'm watching. I used to, when I was 17, when I became an atheist. I became an atheist in 2001 or something, or 2002. But when I became that atheist, I still believed I was like the leader of 1984, which meant I was the leader of everyone born in 1984. And that's what I thought I was when I was 17, and I used to have like subconscious meetings with the leaders of other years. And yeah, still Lithuanian. Like, I'm the devil, yeah. And I used to have a Lithuanian girlfriend, and in Lithuanian, the word for God is Dieva, and it sounds a bit like devil. People say it's related to the word Diva, but it's Deva, so it's more like devil. And that's like, and Lithuanian's a really old language. Lithuanian's older than English. And